Mauricio, if I catch you watching this video before Christmas, I'm going to take away your Christmas gift and I'm going to give it to somebody more deserving. I'm kidding. Okay, maybe not. Today, I'm going to talk to you about our Christmas spending here in the Valencia household. And I'm going to warn you, as a family of givers, we spend a lot of money at Christmas time. Not gonna lie. But we pay for it in cash 100% and we completely plan for it. I mean, like really plan for it. So today I want to talk to you about how we have such a lavish Christmas every year and go over our spending plan in detail, because by the time you actually watch this video, all our presents are going to be nice and neatly wrapped and sitting happily under the Christmas tree. And the Santa presents will actually be wrapped too, but they're going to be down in the basement. Actually, they're already in the basement, all nice and wrapped, and have been since the middle of November. Hi, I'm Wendy Valencia. My husband Mauricio and I like big Christmases. I feel like I should sing, I like big Christmases and I cannot lie. I am the whitest girl on the planet. Christmas is our thing here in the Valencia household. We like giving big presents to each other, and we like giving presents to the people we know, the people in our family, the people that we're friends with, and people we don't know, and charities we support. So how do we save for such a lavish, luxurious, extravagant Christmas every year? Well, we save starting in January, like a lot of people, which is so smart to do. And you can do that on any spending plan, small or large. So here is one of our major secrets to sticking to most of our spending plans. And you'll see this repeated in a lot of our plans, our vacation plan, our holiday plans, our shopping plans. We make a plan for what we're going to do, and then we tack on 25% more to that plan. So in our estimated Christmas spending plan for 2019, hold on to your hats, was $5,000, which includes absolutely everything: clothing, decor, travel, food, you name it. If it is holiday associated, it is in there. But instead of planning on saving $5,000, we actually saved $6,250, just in case. And finally, one of the things that we do is we actually buy most of our Christmas gifts in October and the first 2 weeks in November, when the prices are the very cheapest. And I'm not kidding you when I say the cheapest, because prices in the first week in November are way cheaper than Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Go online, do some price tracking, get on Camel. Get on some of the price tracking websites and check it out. If you can pre-plan your Christmas ahead of time, you can really do some solid savings. I saved this year on one of the presents for my father, I saved $75 just by buying it ahead of time. So now let's go over the spending plan in detail. And just so you know, once my site is up, which should be very soon, she says, as she crosses her fingers, toes, arms, legs, pretty much anything she can cross, I'm gonna have this template on my site. Actually will give you like a whole host of things to consider when creating your own Christmas spending plan, to include things like the increased cost of utilities at Christmas time because you have lights on your Christmas house, on your house. Because not for nothing, if you're not using LED lights, you haven't like transitioned over to those maybe, your power bill goes way up the month of December, because Christmas lights are a power suck. So you need to plan for that kind of stuff. So hopefully in January, you can go ahead and download that and get started planning for your own Christmas in 2020. I really hope you do. And it's such a great feeling to know in January that you don't have any Christmas hangover. Like, there is nothing you have to stress about from Christmas the month before because it's already been paid for. All you have to do is clean up the trash. So the first category is to Mauricio from me. And I had planned to spend $600 on Mauricio this year. And I actually spent $610.21 when it was all said and done. For Mauricio from Melina, because we have actually reached the point in life where Melina wants to start giving her own presents to people. So now we have to put her in our spending plan as well. I planned $65 for that, and she spent $63.60. I did give her a significant amount of help, and Mauricio may have told me specifically what he wanted, as in a very specific pair of thermo ball booty slippers, which in my book are the ugliest things on the planet, but he is dying for them, so hopefully he'll actually wear them. To Melina from Mauricio and I, we budgeted $200 because honestly, the bulk of Melina's presents come from Santa. And she wanted something very specific this year. And because it's on the pricier side, we told her she would probably only get 1 or 2 little presents from us, and then, her standard presents from Santa. So we ended up spending $181.32 on Melina. And once Melina figures out that, Santa is actually mom and dad, she'll understand why mom and dad spend so much more on each other than they do on her. And then from Santa to Melina, we had $750 budgeted, but we ended up spending $841.94 for that. Her largest gift from Santa was actually a twin bed to go underneath her loft bed. She wants to be able to have some friends over and spend the night, and so we thought the best way to do that would be to have an additional twin bed. And she likes sleeping. She's lately taken to sleeping on the camping mattress underneath her loft bed, and I don't know. So we thought putting a twin bed under there. So it did involve, we got a free bed frame off of Facebook Marketplace, a white frame from IKEA, but we got it off Facebook Marketplace for free. And then I bought just a cheap Tempur-Pedic-esque mattress for like $150 off Amazon. And then a bedspread for her for that matches. It's not identical, but it's the same colors for the bed. So it goes with the whole color scheme in her room and everything. And it's going to look super cute. And so the whole big plan is to have Sprinkles, her Christmas elf, her elf on the shelf that comes every day, leave her a note on Christmas Eve morning that says Santa wants her to spend the night in the guest room because he's going to work some magic in her bedroom. And then Mauricio and I are going to be laboring on Christmas Eve in her bedroom. It's going to be intense. So we did overspend in this category, but we always overspend with Melina. It seems to happen. Like, I aggregate the presents together and I'm like, well, this doesn't look like very much. So in our house, you'll probably remember this from last year, Sprinkles, the Christmas elf, actually brings presents every day with Advent. And I budgeted $100, and generally they're like Dollar Tree type gifts. But oddly enough, this year I went to backstage at Macy's, and they had this huge sale, and it was late October, early November. And I was able to get a ton of presents for her, like 3 pairs of onesie pajamas, a unicorn, and a reindeer. And then we got her, just a regular onesie pajamas, and several things, squishies, and then makeup, because she's into that play makeup phase. She's not allowed to wear makeup out of the house, but that kind of stuff. So lots of really stuff at like 90% off. So it worked out really, really well. And she got some great Sprinkles presents this year. My mother made a comment that Sprinkles was really amping up her game. And I was like, nope, Sprinkles spent the same this year as she spent every other year. To me, from Mauricio, he said he needed $500 and he spent $475.93, and I do not know what he got me. We went to great pains to make sure that I did not know what he got me when it came across the budget. And to me, from Melina, I don't know what that was. Mauricio told me she needed $40. They got $40 in cash. So then it is Wenka, who is my mother. We planned on $100 for that, and we spent $111.02. And I am not going to talk about that because Wenka watches all of my videos, and this video is coming out before Christmas. And then Wiki, my father, we planned on $100, but we were like up in the air at that point about Wiki. We didn't really know what we were going to get him. So we finally decided what we were going to get him. So it's a motion detector video camera for the exterior of the house to go with our video surveillance system. And then for Mauricio's sister, who we call Tia, we sent her $100 in cash. And then for Melina's cousin, who is Tia's daughter, who we are going to call Primita, which means little girl cousin. She is just over a year old. We are sending her $300 to buy toys with. And then for Abuelo and Abuela, Mauricio's parents, we sent them each $100 in cash. For my brother's youngest son, we had budgeted $300. And for their oldest son, we also budgeted $300. And what we got them was a year-long membership to Sky Zone. And then we are going to give a $50 gift card to Melina's teacher for this year, and a $50 gift card to Melina's teacher last year, because Melina's teacher is actually continuing to work with her a couple of days during the mornings each week. And then we are going to give Melina's Spanish tutor a $50 gift card as well. And then we will give each one of the staff at the before and after care, the SAC staff, $25 gift cards. And then I have a coworker and her daughter who Melina and I like to socialize with. And we had planned on giving them each presents for about $100, and we ended up spending $123.15 on those. And I was pretty pleased with the presents that we were able to give. They're both super, super creative people. And so for the daughter, I have this company, it's called Let's Make Art. And I'll link them down below. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but I have bought their watercolor and their drawing products like so many times because I just love their philosophy. They try and make art very simple and painting very simple, and their daughter's really wants to be an artist, and their mom is so artistically inclined. So, and then for her, I got her this super cool planner that I think she'll like. Melina is also giving my mother a Christmas present, so we spent $72.18 on those. And then for my father, Wiki, from Melina, she got him a golf thing. I don't know what it is. He wanted it. We got it. And so we had a budgeted total of $4,180. And we actually spent $4,371.35. So here in this area, we were over budget for sure. So now let's talk about our travel. We have started to take one weekend trip at Christmas every year, and we really want to do something fun as a family. And this year we were going to Bristol, Virginia. It's right on the border of Virginia and Tennessee. So Bristol, there's Bristol, Virginia and Bristol, Tennessee. They're on both sides. And it's where Bristol Raceways is. So Mauricio, one of the first sports he learned before even football was, oddly enough, NASCAR. Living down in Louisiana, he learned NASCAR. It was a thing. And there was a Colombian driver, Juan Pablo Montoya, and so he learned NASCAR real early on. So One year driving up here for Christmas, we actually stopped by Bristol Raceway on the way, and they decorate the whole raceway, and you can get in your car and drive around the track in your own car, and it's super cool. And so he, for years, has wanted to take Melina down there. Well, I found the Bristol Hotel, which is like one of the nicest hotels apparently in the United States, apparently. Who knew? In Bristol, Virginia. So he, a year ago, made reservations to go down and see the Christmas lights, and we were gonna stop along the way and stop on the way back, which I'll cover in a second. And it was gonna be this amazing trip. And then Melina, on Friday, before we were supposed to leave at 6 a.m. Saturday morning, came home sick from school. So I called the hotel, and fortunately, it worked out really well. The hotel was amazing. They were able to reschedule me, and I actually got a better room at the same rate for the end of December. So keep your fingers crossed that nobody else gets sick, but I'm pretty sure if anybody else gets sick, unless it's Melina, we're still going. In the budget, we have $75 for gas, $275 for a night at the Bristol Hotel. We did have $75 planned for tickets to the Bristol Raceway in their VIP lane. That actually ended up costing $45, but it's going to end up costing $90 because we did lose those tickets because we were not able to go. And then we do have $250 in the budget for food that weekend. And then on the way up, we were going to stop at Luray Caverns. And on the way back, we were going to stop at the water park in Massanutten and spend the whole day there. And so that whole trip is supposed to cost us $854. I don't know how much it's actually going to cost. I'm hoping we can get it right around $854. And in the events section of our budget, as of right now, we don't have any expenses in that category. And then in our food budget, this is a somewhat expensive area. I do take my staff out for lunch, like as a thank you, an end of the year luncheon. I don't call it a Christmas luncheon because, I don't want to, put any sort of religious affiliations on my staff. So we call it the end of the year luncheon. And this year I took them to Founding Farmers, and then I tell them to go home afterwards. But oddly enough, this year they all came back to the office because they're so awesome and dedicated. And so it was actually a very, very cheap lunch this year because nobody had any drinks because everybody was coming back to the office. So it ended up being $351.46 instead of the $700 that I had budgeted. And then we have our management luncheon at work, and we haven't had that yet, and that is going to be $40 budgeted for that. And then we will make cookies for Santa, but I think we have everything at the house for that, so that shouldn't cost anything. And then our office potluck, we'll need to make 2 items, one for me to take and one for Mauricio to take, and that will cost $25. We have a total of $765 budgeted for food, and we spent $351.46 for that. And then in the miscellaneous items category, we have pictures with Santa, which I budgeted at $50. And they cost $62.94. And every year I under budget these, and I don't know why I do. And I'm telling you, every year I do this. And I will tell you, we'll go and have them, and then we'll spend another $15 when we get there because they'll give us, for an additional $15, they'll let us buy the digital pictures of all the pictures on site, and we always do it, and I never put it in the budget. And I can see that I didn't do it here because we haven't done it. So know that this is actually going to be $15 higher. We had a Christmas dress for Melina for $100. And we spent $32.98 for that. And then we had to get shoes for Melina because her feet are growing like I have never seen feet grow in my life. And we had put $35 in the budget for that. And we spent $24.95 on those. And then I ended up, to go with her dress, I got her a little like fake fur stole because why are Christmas dresses? It's cold out, y'all. Why do Christmas dresses never have sleeves? Why? Why? I don't understand it. So I got her a cute little stole to go with it, and that was $17.98. And I just took that money from the $100 that we had budgeted for the dress. And then also in the miscellaneous category, I did buy some gifts for my father to give to my mother, and they will reimburse me for those, but those are in there as well. And those were $350. And I got her some stuff, which I'm not going to mention because, Mom, act like Dad gave you these presents. I know you're going to know that I gave them to you, but pretend Dad picked them out. So the total in the miscellaneous category, we had planned $535 and we spent $386.49. And then here is our major unplanned expense, and that fell in the decorations category. And that was the giant unicorn. Yes, because every Christmas should have a giant unicorn. Everyone. Yeah. We currently have a 6-foot tall lighted unicorn in front of our house. Yes. I'm pretty sure you can see it from space. Yeah. It is a monstrosity, but our daughter loved it. And I will tell you, I don't regret buying it for a second. It is a monstrosity, and people in the neighborhood are probably wishing we didn't live here, but yeah. You know, National Lampoon house at Christmas time, Chevy Chase, that'd be the Valencia household. We're kind of those people. Be proud you're not our neighbors. I actually like very classy all white twinkle lights that are beautiful and look like snow. There's generally a lot of them. I'm all about the Christmas lights, but I like them all one color. But Mauricio and my father, no, not so much. We do have a couple of Christmas lights in the front of our house that may cause seizures. I'm like, why would you do that? Anyway. So the giant unicorn, Mauricio and I saw this thing, and Melina is in a unicorn obsession. And the minute we saw it, we knew we had to have it, and we knew she would love it. And I am not kidding you, when she saw this thing, she actually squealed like octaves that I think only dogs can hear. So for me, it was totally worth it, every penny. But it wasn't in the budget. But because we had planned on that extra 25%, we have total, movement in our budget. So it was okay. It wasn't a big deal. So we just went ahead and got it. And I don't regret it for a second. I may regret it 5 years from now. But that thing is going up every year until I die, because I'm going to have it amortize out to be like $2 a year. If we're gonna have the unicorn up, I'll be like 98 and be like, Mauricio, can you go put up the unicorn, please? What are our totals? Did we make it under the 6,250? No, we didn't. Well, yes, sort of, not really. So in our Christmas spending plan, we planned $6,334. And so far we've spent $5,279.30. And we haven't gone on our trip to Bristol yet. So we're going to be pushing it with that $6,250. Keep your fingers crossed that we're going to keep it under that $6,250. So if you're interested in learning about saving throughout the year for big expenses, I'm going to point you to this video where I go into that in detail, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya. We're out.